Hello, all guys. Hi there. Hey, happy Thursday, and welcome back to the webinar. And to be sure that this chat is working, so let's do a quick sound check. So if you can hear me clearly, just type a plus in the chat. If that all works. So I know that it's perfect and we can continue. Just start, first of all. Okay, I see pluses. Good. Lovely. And one more task for you. If you are extra ready to learn today, type the word ready and we'll start. Yeah, like I promise, we'll start. So after I see the words ready in the chat. Still see pluses. Okay, that's good. That means the sound is perfect. But are you ready? Just want to make you okay. I see ready here. Lovely. Good. Want to make you active today. Yeah, I understand it's just the end of the week, so we're a bit of the tired, but still make it active. Okay, lovely. And I want to say welcome back to our IT English Boost series. And tonight, we'll tackle a skill every developer needs, but nobody really teaches it. So how to describe bugs and issues so your teammates can actually fix them. Because it's broken won't help your QA or PM or your future self at 2 a.m. where you have to tackle it. So today we'll cover, ready, steady, go. Okay, thank you so much. So today we'll cover the key info like every good bug report must have. Also some English phrases that keep it clear and professional. And quick practice drills so you can use it in tomorrow's stand-up if you have it. So yeah, I think that we can finally start. Yeah. So, sorry. So picture this. So imagine the situation. You are testing a feature, you spot a glitch and file a ticket that says only the button doesn't work. What happens? So first of all, the dev time, because devs, they spend 20 minutes trying to, reproduce and fail it to understand when it's going. Also, there is going to be Slack ping pong, like 12 back and forth messages, 3 screenshots, 1 screen recording, and in the end, you will get the lost hours. So the simple fix snowballs into 3 hours of detective work, just trying to understand what's going on. And that's all because the initial report was missing the key details that actually needed. So if you ever seen a vague ticket like that, so not understandable, like, hey, it's broken, we need to fix it, put yes in the chat. If you faced it like, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it's broken. Oh, fix it, please. You have no idea what they're talking about. I see pluses. Okay. That means that happened to you. You may write, no, it didn't happen. It's also fine. I accept it. Yes. That's a mystery. That's a mystery key. So I want to say that a precise bug description isn't just a luxury. It's the difference between a 5-minute patch and a 3-hour rabbit hole you will dive into if you don't understand what they're talking about. So in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to explain you the simplest thing that you can follow. So how to describe bugs effectively. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, so I want you now to see these reusable checklist that you will be able, again, to implement in tomorrow's stand-up or when you need to write it. So when you raise a bug, the team really needs only 3 pieces of information, like plus one short comparison. Miss any of them, and you start the Slack ping pong we just talked about. First of all, what is the issue? That can be one clear sentence. Think of it as of a banner headline, because checkout broken. It's not understandable, but if you say clicking pay now shows no response on the last checkout step. So you see, it's precise. I described the precise issue that's going on here. Or one more example, like notification bell keeps spinning after clicking mark all red. So if your summary makes sense on its own, you're off to a good start. Yeah, okay, well, I see that, good. The next one, just a second. Yeah, the next one, if we are talking about environmental line, so where did it happen? So treat it like a weather report. Browser, OS, device, build, anything. Like here you can see Chrome 122, Windows 11, you can say Safari 16, iPhone 13, iOS 17, dark mode, or Android app build 143 with VPN on. So a single line that can save another developer half an hour of works on my machine. I see, well, but you save it for everyone. That's good. It's a good idea. So we can all remember it for the future when we come to practice. The next one and the last, this is the numbered steps. When I say the numbered steps, I mean, write it like GPS direction. So keep in mind GPS. Like first, open the tab, the web app in Chrome 122, then log in as any user, then click pay now. Nothing happens, spinner loops forever, and keep each step to one action. So no insider, like short thing, like follow the normal flow or something like that. No, you do not have to be wordy. You have to be super specific. And here I want to give you a quick tip. Finish with expected and actual. So this is the spot the different snapshot. For example, yeah, you can say expected user should land on or thanks within 1 second, but actual page stays on, checkout, no error message, console shows network error, and so on and so forth. So those 2 lines tell the engineer exactly what success looks like and how reality differs. So that shows them what exactly they need to pay attention to, what exactly they need to tackle. So I think that here we are on the same page and we can move on. I want to show you these 2 examples. And the difference between these 2 ones is not that the first one is shorter and the second one is longer, but actually in the features and in the details it shows. For example, I can say that, oh, yesterday in our team chat, the QA dropped a one-liner, like the page is broken. Again, no browser, no steps, nothing. And I cannot say why it's so bad, but why it doesn't work this way that it should be working, because it's missing 4 essentials. First essential, it's the issue. What broke? What broke exactly? Because as the result, the devs guess which element failed. And again, they spend the hours of trying to find out what's going on. Then the environment, where it broke. For example, works on my machine, and again, ping pong begins. Then steps to reproduce, like how to see it. And as the result, QA can't verify the fix later. And also expected versus actual result. Again, spot the difference. And as the result, here PM can see, can set the priority. But the one sentence upgrades, compare these two. Like the expected result was to load the user dashboard, but instead the page remains blank. So, and here, what's improved? You see that it's one sentence, but it nails the 4 points. First, place. We see here the place dashboard. Then the failure. What fails? Blank page. The environment. Do we have here environments? Page remains black. We can add here environment like from 122, Windows 11. Yeah, it's also failing here. And the expected behavior. Also, as an example for mobile folks, because I understand that there are also mobile folks here listening to me, you may say expected profile image to upload. Instead, the app freezes on 99%, Android 12 built 143. So I think that now it's time to get some real practice, to get some real tools that you can use at your work. Because all these things that we just discussed, that we have to mention this, that's simple. But if we know the precise language that we need to use, the precise chunks and collocations, that will be just easier for you to stay on track and to keep following. So the key phrases for describing bugs. You can see here main blocks: identifying the problem, describing the impact, and clarifying the expected and actual result. If we're saying about identifying the problem, again, there seems to be an issue with starting the call. There seems to be an issue with the page because it's, and you continue describing. Or this error appears when, you can say, this error appears when a guest tries to join our website, like that. Yeah, so you describe the precise thing. Then describing the impact. Like here, you also can see the phrases. So you can say the system crashes when the host clicks start now, and it affects the meeting module for all free tier users. And clarifying the expected versus actual. So again, you can say expected, user joins the meeting within 5 seconds, but actual, we are sorry, screen after 15 seconds. Yeah, so just these simple phrases will help you to stay on track and to keep the line when trying to describe the bugs. So let's try to practice. I want to show you that. Yeah, so please use the chat and drop your answers how you personally would describe this error on the screen. You may use 1-2 phrases from one of the blocks: identifying the problem, describing the impact, or clarifying the expected or actual result. Take your time, use the chat, and I will read some of your replies and I will comment on them. So it's all fine. Yeah, again, your job is to mix and match them into one clear box sentence, these phrases. You know that I'm waiting, so take your time. It's all good. Because, yeah, there seems to be an issue with, I know, establishing something. When the host tries, or whole presses try again, maybe that was the call to reconnect. Still waiting. Okay, I see one question. How explain time of bug and importance? That's a solid one. Let me think of it. The type of bug. Think of it as two separate labels you add to every ticket. You can say the bug type and priority and severity. For instance, the quick label that you may put here, it's functional, or there can be UI visual, there can be performance, there can be security, there can be compatibility, and so on and so forth. And for example, if we're taking functionality, you need to describe what it means. For example, core feature doesn't work. And in one line example, maybe you would say search returns empty, list for valid keywords, something like that. Do you see YouTube comments? Yeah, I see, but not from you. I3, then No, I didn't see your comment before, so yeah. And if we're speaking, for example, about UI or visual, you may comment on, again, layout, font, color, spacing, and one line like example might be button text overlaps the icon on iPhone SE, something like that. I hope that answered that. Yeah, and that is about the name of the type of the bug. And if we're speaking about the importance, why it matters, most teams, as far as I know, they use a simple like severity x priority grid. For example, S1 like severity 1 that can be blocker, S2 that can be major, and S3 that can be minor. So you can say S1 like blocker, app crashes, money can be taken, login impossible. S2 that can be key features broken, but workaround exists. And S3, the minor, you can say cosmetic issue, typo, slow animation, something like that. And the priority answers when to fix it. And here, there also can be different priority styles. So it's like priority 1 or P1, it's like fix immediately. So always paired with S1, like S1 and P1 blocker, app crashes, you say, and fix immediately. Then you say P2, like priority 2, it's like next sprint. And priority 3, it's usually backlog or nice to have. It's not that important. How you can actually implement it in your tickets, it's that you can say checkout page. Functional P2, S2, P1, and you will say checkout page, click and pay returns nothing on Chrome 122, Windows 11, expected redirect to success page, impact users can't complete purchases, but PayPal flow still works as a fallback. So that's again, there will be several concise sentences and plus an impact bullet. And you say what exactly broke, and the PM knows how exactly urgent it should be tackled. So let's move on. I see that, Vova, the answer from you, actual result, no internet connection is available. The device shows a network cable unplugged. Message issue, internet connection is lost due to disconnected to damaged Ethernet cable. Okay, yeah, I like that. What's already good here, because that has the clear actual result, because you state exactly what the user sees, like network cable unplugged. Also, I see here some, identification of root hint. For instance, you mentioned a likely case like disconnected, damaged Ethernet cable. That's good, but you can tighten it a bit. Add environment. because there is no environment mentioned. Maybe that will be relevant, like Windows 10 desktop or Intel i2 19V adapter, something like that. And also, maybe you should add steps. Like, how did you notice this drop? Describe it. For example, boot the PC, launch from pages timeout, and then you may want to add taskbar icon shows red X, tooltip network cable unplugged, and so on. And also you might have, by the way, yeah, I see it. Device desktop. I see it as the next sentence. Good. Lovely. Yeah, okay. In this case, you might have added like expected and actual. Observe the network cable unplugged notification. Okay. And as expected, you also might have mentioned like PC obtains AP via, did you mention that? No, you didn't. Via something and loads web pages, but actual no internet system shows network cable unplugged. Yeah, so explain it in a bit more detail. Okay, the next one. So, how you would describe this one? Now take your time again and try to implement all important features when describing this box, all important phrases when doing that. No, when I was trying to find the picture to showcase the problem, that was fun because no, it's like warrant for and cookies and all that stuff. And I was like, that will be fun. Why not? So, any ideas? Yeah. Oh, there is a heart. Thank you. That's lovely. And that would be great if you drop the sentence also. Yeah. Just imagine you're testing the company's website, you click the menu or something, and you land on this cookie monster 404. And we understand that dev team needs like a ticket that reports the failure. So how would you describe it? Giving you 10 more seconds to think, and I would love to see your answers here. Understand root causes, not just symptoms. That's a solid statement, right? But how would you describe that? What happens? I mean, why it shows 404? What ticket would you give there? Okay. Okay, I see it from Alexander. The error 404 appears, then I'm trying to access the some URL. I like that you say some URL. That's good. Um, Yeah, again, here you identify the symptom. That's important. The URL, so this is specific. Maybe you would add some context, like when does it happen? After login, on page refresh, only for certain users. That would be also useful to describe it. Also, you might want to describe the expected behavior. For instance, expected like the page should display user settings, but actual result is this 404 error appears. Okay, experimental and essential. Super, Alexander. This is such a great one. That is lovely. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's a good example. Just lovely. Okay. Joke, country funny for. I love your comments. Okay, that's fun. Just add some. That's good. Okay. Waiting for some more, if there will be. If there is. Okay. Yeah. At least I hope you practiced at least on the shade of paper, and you will practice in our charts. That's super crucial. Yeah, because again, learning these phrases, that's absolutely fine. Because when you hear it from somebody, you will understand it, you will get it, and so on and so forth. But being able to implement it's absolutely another question that we are trying to tackle it. So, time is up. Can you believe it? I mean, it's just wow. For me, each time when I go to these slides in the end of this is actually lesson 4, each time that I come to this slide, I was like, okay, that's already it. So we already spoke for 25 more minutes. Wow. But before we wrap up, I want, this a 30 seconds pulse check. On the screen, you see these 3 micro tasks in any bug report, like describing the issue, writing the steps, explaining expected versus actual. Which one slows you down the most right now? Which one challenges you the most? You may just drop the number like 1, 2, or 3. I'm just interested to hear your replies, to see your answers. Just questions on the topics not in line. There is the chat, solid ITBDN. So there in the comments, you may ask questions that I will answer for 100%. It's totally fine. So guys, 1, 2, or 3. What challenges you? Describing the issue. Yeah, I see. That can be the challenge. I thought that would be, writing the steps. No. What about other guys? I'm still here waiting for some numbers come in. Okay, explain expected versus actual. Right. Okay. More ideas? 3. Sure. Okay. I actually want to say that these are good picks. So describing the issue and clarifying what you expected versus actual. They're really often and the first things that a dev looks at. And without those, the bug report isn't actionable. We all understand that. But think it in this way that if you skip the step to reproduce, for example, point 2 also, it's like also saying something's broken and then hiding the instruction to find it. Just such an example. Even if your headline is perfect, and the headline, I mean, describing the issue, that is the headline. Even when your headline is perfect. I lost my point of view. Yeah, I mean, even if your headline is perfect, the dev might not be able just to trigger the bug again without your steps, your particular steps. So again, while 1 and 3, they're most obvious, don't underestimate 2, because clear steps, the reproducing bugs, the fixable bug. Remember that. I also see 1 here. Okay. Okay, lovely. Do you want to hear some tips how to explain the types of bugs? Like describe the issue, explain expected versus actual, how to make it simpler? If you want to hear some tips, just drop a plus in the chat. You know, these fun facts or something that I want to share with you. Pieces of advice. Okay. Oh, okay. Lovely. 3 pluses, 1 plus. Okay. So if we're speaking about describing the issue, the headline, again, we remembered that being clear and specific, it's the most important. Not just login doesn't work. Again, try to be specific. And if it is difficult for you, for instance, you are Ukrainian, you work for an international company, if your level is like A1, A0, A2 low, that will be absolutely enough just to drop the sentence in Google Translate and just so Google translates it into English. But it will be better than you say login doesn't work, but you should say login button unresponsive on mobile Chrome. So again, also the context, because some of your answers then when I was reading, they were missing the context. Where and what. You have to keep that in mind. Always. Because without the context, again, what should they challenge? For instance, you can say the drop-down menu overlaps food on homepage or something like that. Yeah. Also, a great bug title captures when, where, and how. So you can put it all together and prioritize the impact over implementation. So impact over implementation. For instance, if I say data loss when editing profile sounds more urgent than form validation error. So again, impact over implementation. And again, consider the structure: action, issue, where, when. Action, issue, when, where. That will make your life easier when you have the structure in your head and you have to put the headline on the top. If we're speaking about explaining and expected and actual, this section shows your analytical thinking. You have to go beyond it doesn't work, clarify what's wrong, why it matters, and how it should be. Like file expected, file uploads, actual doesn't upload. I mean, it's not expected and actual at all, because it gives me not understanding what I should do with it. But instead, you may say, let me just think. Expected, the user should receive a confirmation toast after successful upload. And actual, the file uploads silently. No confirmation is shown, leading to confusion about some completion task completion. And some advanced tips for you. Mention UI UX impact if relevant, because no tooltip shown where hovering the info icon. That may affect accessibility. Mention it. And also, if known, suggest potential cause, because in some of your replies, if I'm not mistaken, that was one. Yeah. Potential cause, potentially why it happened. So likely, or I think it is because of unhandled null value in the success callback. And again, keep the tone natural and informative. Avoid and do not use this emotional language like completely broken, nothing works, I don't understand what's going on, and so on and so forth. So you have to be, again, specific, professional, and so on and so forth. Okay, I also see one more question. How explain such bug need rewrite part of program? I see. So let me think. How explain such bug needs rewrite part of program? Okay, let me think of the examples. Again, it will not work if you say the form doesn't validate correctly, need to add one more if statement. But the better one will be validation is scattered across multiple files, making it hard to find, making it hard to maintain. Error rights will centralize the logic and prevent future bugs. Explain it why, not just that you need to do this. Or, for example, instead of saying the app crashes when too many requests come in, that doesn't work, like at all. But you may paraphrase it and to say the current structure doesn't support concurrent user well. To fix this properly, we'll need to redesign how requests are queued or lines and proceeds. So yeah, I hope that I answered your question. But that was interesting. I mean, it made me think a bit. Good. So guys, any questions or shall we go? Shall I leave you? Okay. Good. In this case, have a nice evening. Have a great productive weekend and see you soon on Tuesday. And again, remember, should you have any questions, I'm available on Telegram, on our chat. Write any question and I will reply them. So see you soon, guys, and bye.